going into the third day.
With 2:35 to win the game for Australia, Michael Vaughan calls Andrew Flintoff into the attack. It was a must-do. It'll lift the crowd a bit as well. The crowd have gone into this sort of lower level of almost acceptancy of the situation. So the electricity's gone from them, as it seems to have done from England at the moment. And Flintoff is the chosen man to press the switch again. Andrew Flintoff is on a hat-trick. He finished off the innings. Gillespie and Kasparovich, LBW, right at the end of the first innings. Couple of just looked a bit iffy. Seemed to be swinging down the leg side. It was a quick ball. The next one really plumb. Michael Kasparovich.
Contest here. Just keep your eye on Ricky Ponty. He batted well in the first innings. Just a few of the things we've come to associate with moments where he might not be quite in touch, where he's hitting the ball on the walk, but he's a bit jumpy out there at the moment. This is one of the most important innings.
Two have got a ball. Then an edge that didn't carry. Then another appeal. Now, Ponting might have thought that that was the end of the over. Late movement away from the right-hander, having committed him to play, and you are entitled to smile, my boy. You're giving us all a good time. 1 over, 2 for 1 on the back of a magnificent innings earlier today. Gave England a chance to win the game. The new batsman is Damien Martin. And everybody's back on the edge of their seats. They were slumped back for a time, wondering whether anything here was possible. Now suddenly they're all leaning forward, chewing on nails with hairs up on the back of their neck. And Simon Jones replaces Ashley Giles. Here he comes. Richie Benner just said, if you can find me a better ball than this, I want to see it. Terrific full length, late movement.
Well, it was fast, and it turned out to be a leg cutter. Down the thick outside edge. stuff there for Simon Jones in his. He played straight enough at it. 2 wickets, 1 over to turn this game on its ear again.
Well, Jones can't get the radar right, but at least he's reflecting on the fact that that ball swung. You see, he'll be nervous too and a bit over-eager. 2:34 to win the game for Australia on the back of England's 182. You have just turned on. It's been another, I mean, we've run out of adjectives. Incredible day to watch. Brett Lee knocked 3 over immediately this morning. Then Shane Warne got into the act. Were it not for Flintoff, England were gone for all money, but Flintoff carved a fantastic 70-odd.
One thing not to forget in that Ponting dismissal either is the hand Trescothick played in, because he persuaded Vaughan to put in the man at short leg. When Ponting was in trouble, hitting the pads, it was Trescothick who was waving, and he wouldn't give up waving until Vaughan brought Bell across from point and put him in at short leg. And very good attacking move, and one that paid off instantly. This is what I was talking about, the short leg going in there just before Ponting got out. There they go, just about to join up, and then it all happened.
And a couple of good ones there from Jones to finish the over. It's 48 for 2. Top right, Damien Martin on no score. He must face Andrew Flintoff. Yet to face a ball, Martin. He will be truly tested. Into their seats in the commentary box are Geoffrey Boycott and Tony Gray.
Thanks very much. Yes, boy, this place has certainly come alive. And it's been Flintoff in the main. He's done it with the bat. He's now doing it with the ball. Fielders stacking into the slip cordon. 2 slips, 2 gullies, forward short leg, and here he goes again. Martin on strike. And he knows where to bowl to Martin as well. They all do. It's on that line, on and just outside off stump. Try and get him flirting at one, just on and around off stump, and slips could be in business.
Well, I think everybody knows, the crowd as well, that Andrew Flintoff is really pumped up. He's bowling quite quick. The ball's racing through. He's carrying quite easily, chest high to the keeper.
Speed of just under 90 miles an hour. You can hear the ball hitting the bat hard. Also getting just a little bit of bounce. And have a look at them. They're having a lovely time. Packed into this ground. Enjoying England having a good time. So if you can include the first innings, Flintoff in fact has got 4 wickets and 9 balls. He got the last 2 wickets to fall in the first innings, so 4 for 1, and just the 1 no ball. Right, so it's round the wicket now to Hayden. Hayden on 18, out first ball in the first innings. A little glance down to square leg, Hayden. He likes to play the pull shot. I don't know whether he should, I suppose. It's interesting to watch the reaction of the wicketkeeper here. The wicketkeeper taking these deliveries around about shoulder height, and every time he takes them, one gets the impression the ball's fizzing through to him. Just watch this.
That's why the players talk about this heavy ball, that he really hits the deck, and he's a very imposing man, big, aggressive fella running in at you. It does have a different feel. Some bowlers run in and bowl the same pace, but doesn't seem quite so aggressive, doesn't seem as intimidating. Very tall man, very imposing fella. He comes in and lets it go and then hits the deck. Some people bowl as quick as Ian Botham, but he was a very aggressive, intimidating figure, you know, big shoulders, big backside, and hit the deck, come at you. So does Flintoff.
Fielded. I shouldn't think that Martin will want to play at any of those wide deliveries. Not for a while anyhow. Very elegant stroke maker, but can be just a little fidgety early on. Well, most batsmen early on struggle a little bit.
I think they have to bowl that disciplined line outside off stump. He's a good touch player, front and back foot, but he always gives me the impression he plays a little away from his body there, and he's a bit streaky. Look how far he played away from his body there. Got it in the middle of the bat, but I think it gives you a bit of hope if you're the bowler, doesn't it, Tony?
Yeah, he is fidgety. Look,
his footwork.
Yeah, he leaves his legs behind. Huge gap there between bat and pad. He's playing away from his body. That's probably why he gets out caught behind, caught a slip a fair bit early on.
I think that's all right. I think if you're aiming for a few inches outside off stump, you're bound to get the odd one a touch wide. It's better than being too straight. If you bowl too straight, then they work you on the leg side, and it's easy runs.
One of the things that I noticed at Lord's was that the England attack, if they had a little problem, was maintaining the rage, maintaining the pressure on the opposition. And it's for that reason that I'd be interested in your comments in respect to Flintoff. He's bowling fast at the moment. He's obviously getting some extra bounce. That's very well played. Well, that's the elegant side of Martin. Get it wrong, and he really does hit the ball beautifully. Now, you don't get many better shots than this one, and it brings up the 50 as well.
Well, I mentioned his timing is so sweet. I mean, look at this, it's just touch. Races away, reminds me a little bit of Davy Gower. Just got to bowl that disciplined line, light to length. Length is the key, but you've got to put them both together, line and length. Just do a little bit with it outside off stump. A bit full, better full than short.
Yes, so Jeff, just getting back to Flintoff. How long can he maintain this sort of speed, this sort of extra bounce?
Well, I bowl him in shorter spells because I bowl him as a wicket-taking bowler. I think of all the seamers, he's the most likely to get wickets. I thought he was first innings as well. He's so aggressive, so intimidating. You should never bowl him as a stop bowler. 5 overs, 6 at the most. Bowl for wicket, take him off, bring him back.
Right behind that one. That's better from Martin. 53 for 2. There's a summary of the match so far. Australia need another 229 with 8 wickets in hand. India batting in the Aussie lineup. They're not quite so confident as they used to be, though. Right, so Flintoff charging in now. He's into his 3rd over. Jeff Boycott saying 5, perhaps 6, and get him out of the attack and back in.
Well, you see, if you bowl him too long, then you just get overtired. When the captain brings you back later on, you don't quite have the same puff or aggression, do you? I'm a great believer that you want your faster bowlers as shock bowlers. You want express pace, a light concentration and control. And always come back after a rest, as you know, Tony.
Yeah, and he needs to get a little bit more as well out of one or two of the other guys in this lineup. Harmison in this innings has been a bit flat, so with a bit of luck in his next spell, when he comes back, he might just get a little bit of extra bounce going there, because he's caused a few problems. When he gets it together, he's a tough customer. Nice and straight. I think that was a no ball as well. Just noticed the arm of the umpire shoot out there. So going over that front line a bit, but it was dead straight, up and straight.
So unfair, that, isn't it? Got to have some part of your foot behind the line, not just on it. But it's tough on bowlers, I think, that.
Another no ball. That's 3 for Flintoff. I suspect that Vaughan is saying, don't even worry about that. Just get on with it. Just go charging in.
Get me wickets. That's all he's interested in. Don't mind the odd no ball if we get wickets.
To go, that means. Just a bit too straight that time. Right, so this is the one now. I should think that England will be happy with this. Martin down that end, Flintoff bowling well, get the slips in.
I think you've got to get a couple into his ribs, Martin, and then get it up there outside off stump, because he likes to have a dart even if it's away from his body, doesn't it? He still goes after it because he gets a lot of runs there as well as getting out.
Oh, there we go. That's the one. Just a little tentative there. The ball racing away off the edge for 4.
Yeah, he's beautifully bowled, wasn't he? The slice of luck for Martin. He didn't get his feet or his body in any sort of position to play it. Look, you see, he doesn't really have any control over it, does he? Fortunately, it went down. He didn't push at it. Away from his body, he's jumping at the same time. You've just got to persevere in that area.
Oh, that's going for 4. Well, just moving across the crease a little bit that time, Martin, and helping the ball, using the speed, the pace of the ball, helping it away fine.
Well, he does have exquisite timing, but you know, you've got to admire the guy. He looks sort of dodgy outside off stump, but he does have such wonderful touch. When he plays the ball, he times it beautifully, and the ball whistles away.
Quick single. And that's the end of the over. Now the winners of the N-Power Fancy Dress Trophy at Edgbaston were the Whoopee Cushions. And there they are. They are. That's the sort of gear you could expect to see Jeff Boycott dressed in at the weekends, wandering around the moors of Yorkshire. They've won it today. Oh, Gatting getting a little peck on the cheek there as well. So Mike Gatting obviously handing out the prize today. Well done, fellows. There was some stiff competition out there for this prize today. .65 for 2. 17 overs have been bowled. Jones again. They've got the man just a little squarer on the boundary down there, sort of half and half position. He's been known to cut the ball in the air down to third man. There we are, just opposite the ground. Quite a big crowd watching proceedings down there, having a pretty good time. Nice barbecue they had apparently for lunch. Yeah, they're clearly having a lovely time. Australia 66 for 2. Hayden, the left-hander, on strike. Jones. So in this situation, you'd have to fancy England as it stands right now, but it wouldn't take much. Just one really good partnership to lift the confidence of this Australian batting lineup, and then anything could happen. Hayden looking very determined. Out first ball in the first innings, obviously did not enjoy that, and he seems pretty keen to me to make up for it.
Well, he's knuckling down, and I think that's right. He's a bit short of runs in the Test series so far, so he normally, I think other commentators said, he likes to butcher the bowling, get on that front foot, get after them, but a bit short of runs, you've got to use a bit of common sense. You've got to work your way through a sort of lack of runs. Hasn't really hit that, but he's got enough bat on it to get a couple. He hasn't really timed it. I think what may help Hayden is if Martin stays in a bit, because he will score. He'll not block. I mean, he's got this lovely timing that it'll help make the scoreboard tick over, and it will help Hayden get his timing going and his run scoring going.
Yes, I want to talk to you about this whole business of knuckling down. You love it, don't you? When you see someone out there.
Well, you're not always in good form. I mean, look at Langer. He didn't find it easy first innings. He played a magnificent innings for Australia. Other times he's come out and beat the ball and played great shots, scored big hundreds for Australia, but he didn't find it easy yesterday. But he didn't throw it away. He knuckled down and played a splendid innings.
Well, left, and it's 68 for 2. There are a few clouds around, but nothing too threatening at the moment. Langer and Ponting back in the pavilion. Hayden and Martin together. Flintoff is the man of the moment as far as all English fans are concerned. He's batted beautifully, and here he is now with the ball in his hand, bowling well too. Well fielded. That was a good call too. The call was White.
I mean, look at that. That was a defensive shot from Martin. The ball whistled across the turf. Matthew Hoggard had only just got there. This is a defensive shot. Just defending. I mean, the bat never got past the vertical and just zipping away. Just has that talent to time the ball beautifully.
Right, we showed you just a little while ago all those folk down in the park down there watching the proceedings and having a good time. You can see that they're getting the commentary as well. Folks, why don't you turn around and face us? Face the balloon. Doesn't seem to. Oh yes, there we are. Okay, that's much better. Now we can see you. That's the way. Do a bit of jumping around. Go on. Oh, well bowled, well bowled. Right, you better get back to watching the cricket.
We'll miss it if you keep talking about the crowd. Just went a little. Oh, it's that leg cutter again that got Ponting now. It's an absolute corker, isn't it? He goes after it. That's why you have to bowl in that area. You must bowl in that corridor of uncertainty outside off stump. He may well score off you, but it's where you're most likely to get a wicket.
Oh, well bowled. Again, just a little bit of movement, and good to see Peterson diving around there and actually getting them in his hands and holding on to them.
You mean he caught one?
Very well fielded. Just going down the leg side. May have been some bat in that as well. Flintoff gone to resist asking the question just in case. Just a little faint edge. Vaughan is right alongside Flintoff. Almost every ball he's wandering over and having a little chat to him. Well played. Yes, some interesting stats, and of course Hayden has got some very positive figures as well attached to his game. He's been a very positive player over the years, done so well for Australia after battling to get into the side. On strike at the moment, and a very good strike rate. Strike rate of 62. He's a dangerous player, there's no doubt about that, especially once he gets in. So there we are, a batting average of 52. And the average number of balls he faces per innings, 84 balls per innings, and averages 52. You put those two together and you realize that he's a pretty aggressive player. Now, by comparison, my fellow commentator here, who loves to talk about
when you get to me.
Jeffrey Boycott, a very good average there of 47, but you can see why he loves batsmen to get stuck in, hang around there, don't get too excited. Average balls per innings 134, and there's your strike rate, Fari, 35. So you happy with those figures? Happy with those figures?
Yeah. Different game today. That's what I said in my Cowdrey speech at the MCC. It is a different game. People score quicker because of one-day cricket. It's a more exciting game. In fact, it's more interesting, but the game's finished quicker. 3-day test match at Lords. This one will be 3 days and a bit. Be over tomorrow morning.
Yes, look at that. Lovely ice cream in the middle of the afternoon. Well played. Nice timing again and good placement. Hayden is accumulating here. Slowly but surely. Well, talking about Jeff Boycott, a lot of work here. Very busy boy he's been today. John Blakey has painted a portrait and asked some very well-known famous cricketers from yesteryear to do some signing. There we go, Fari.
Yes, it's the four Yorkshiremen, Raymond Illingworth on the left, Brian Close at the back, and F.S. Truman. Fantastic bowler. First bowler to get 300 test wickets, myself on the right.
Yes, Ray Illingworth, my first captain when I played for England. Yeah, I think that's well stocked. It's just on the subject of Illingworth, I think he was probably the best captain that I've played with or seen. Very, very good captain. And so those portraits being signed by those players, all of those players, and from what I can gather, it's a limited edition of about 700, so very nice.
Yeah, if you stop being naughty to me, I might get you one.
Thanks very much, Jeff. A little bit wide and through to the keeper. Right now he's into his fifth, and it's around about now that Jeff Boycott, and I think he's probably right, would be thinking about giving him a bit of a break.
Well, you were talking, Tony, about Raymond Illingworth, who we both think was a fantastic captain. John Snow was the great fast bowler then in the 70s, and he didn't bowl Snow in more than 5 overs, 6 overs maybe early on with a new ball, but after then he said, I want you 2 or 3 balls loosener. Then I went 5 aggressive, fast overs. You can always come back again. And you captained him at Sussex as well, so he didn't like long spells particularly, did he? Not unless you're getting buckets full of wickets.
No, that's dead right. I think that it's always nice to, as a bowler, certainly nice to have to want to get that ball back in your hand. It's interesting how he's hiding the ball here. Obviously there is a view amongst the players out there now then that it's starting to reverse swing a bit. Yeah, I I think it is actually just going the other way a little bit. And there we are once again. That was a quicker ball. He meant that to be straight in the block hole. Now then, he's running on the pitch just a little bit there, and the umpires will keep a very close watch on that.
I don't think he'll bowl anymore after this over. Is he warning him? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure he did warn him. I think Jones will come back at this ending for instead of Flintoff, because this is the end where he bowled really well, didn't he?
Another no ball from over the wicket that time. So we can go through to 6 o'clock, which we will. So it's even more important that he keeps these bowlers nice and, well, certainly reasonably fresh. Well bowled. An attempt at a Yorker. It wasn't quite straight enough, but the idea was right. Still attacking.
Well, as aggressive and as well as Flintoff has bowled, I think Hayden has played really well. I think everybody knows in England and Australia that he's a very aggressive player, but he's adapted his game, hasn't he, to the situation of the match, which is tense. Could be a dramatic finish, and he's not in the best of form, so he's working hard. He's not just sticking to one way of playing. I think that's smart.
Going around, it's definitely started the reverse swing, and that can be dangerous, especially for the lower order players. 72 for 2. .72 for 2, and a change in the commentary box now. Michael Atherton and Mark Nicholas.
You just sense that England need 10 to 20% more from Harmison, who hasn't really located a threatening length consistently enough, or indeed added a consistent line to it. If England could get the best out of Harmison and intensify this charge at Australia from both ends. Wow. Having said that, one of Damien Martin's great strengths is tough runs. Although he's an attractive-looking player, actually the best runs, and very often the most consistent runs he makes for Australia, are the ones that are most needed. And one of the reasons is he has a good temperament, doesn't let all the effects of the things going on around him affect his batting.
Talking about tough runs, Mark, from Damien Martin. I saw a statistic yesterday that Ricky Ponting's early games as captain in Sri Lanka and his team had big first innings deficits. It was Martin who really pulled them round in that series. It was the first time he'd scored runs, consistent runs in the subcontinent against good spinners. really tough runs that he scored on that occasion.
It's rare that you see Australia have to work so hard for their runs because of the bowling attacks around the world at present really being 2 or 3 man attacks. There isn't the depth to keep this kind of pressure on the batting side. Matthew Hayden would rarely, I think, in this sort of golden few years he's had to work quite this hard.
You wonder why Martin doesn't nick off more often. He often plays stood at the crease, no foot movement across the crease, and hangs his bat out. It's a difficult one for a captain because if you ask your bowlers to bowl a foot or 2 outside off stump, you bowl into his strength because that's where he scores the majority of his runs. Vaughan's been quite cute here because he's kept the catches in at slip but also got a deep backward point to put off that run scoring opportunity. Just to refer back to that tour of Sri Lanka I was talking about a moment ago, he got David Martin 110 and 160 in consecutive second innings run chases for his team, so that illustrates the point what a good player he is when the team most need his runs.
It's been another day to remember, another full house at Edgbaston. And of course England began it with such hope. They were 25 for 1 overnight. Strauss had gone to that magnificent delivery last night from Shane Warne, and then there was a little mini collapse. Brett Lee came steaming in, knocked over to Skothick to a pretty indeterminate stroke, got rid of Vaughan straight away, really ripped one through him, and got Hogarth to prod one to gully, and that, if you like, just cleared the road for Warne. And it took something very special from Andrew Flintoff, and he just played a supreme innings, a powerful but intelligent innings. He had a problem with his shoulder, he didn't let that get to him. It was a measured performance that then reached its crescendo with an explosion of sixes off Brett Lee that really, I don't think anybody will forget. So 182 in the end then, England. Here's Jones, and there's Hayden. That's a poor start from Simon Jones. England can't really afford any looseness in concentration.
It is a poor start because it's just banged in halfway down the pitch with no real venom. It doesn't get up, and when Hayden is out of control of that pull shot, it's when the ball's bouncing between chest and head height. You've got to get it up, as he's not the most convincing puller of the ball because he likes to pull off the front foot. But it is imperative to bowl that short ball as quickly as you can and with as much effort as you can.
And it does a disservice to what Andrew Flintoff's just achieved. 5 overs, 2 for 15. And the first ball that Jones bowls is an easy boundary. And that's a good spot.
Yep, and a bit of swing, which is encouraging for Jones. Yeah, defending small targets, that small target, but now it's 204. Australia need to win. You need all your bowlers at their best, and you need to maintain the pressure every spell. You cannot afford one bowler to come on and bowl 3 or 4 insipid, innocuous overs.
Sent Matthew Hayden, giving this everything he's got, every ounce of physical and mental strength. There's no kind of rhythm, not compared to the Hayden of a couple of years ago, who just carried all before him. That's a classic straight drive. It's the best of Hayden. Really a lovely stroke.
You're dead right. So that's what we've come to expect from Matthew Hayden over the years. Power down the ground. Big stride in with the front foot. Right to the pitch of the ball, the weight going through the stroke, and the blade absolutely straight.
From Marcus Trescothick. It seemed to hang in the air, and so did Trescothick. And as he rolled over, he clung on. What a breakthrough.
I think it was the outswinger. He bowled a couple of in-swingers to Hayden. And I think this one went the other way, in the air. And that was what caused Hayden's downfall. It's an excellent catch from Trescothick, just a solitary slip, so he had to go. And he went with two hands. It was a good decision, and it brings to an end a hard-working, grafting innings from Hayden. He's gone for 31, 82 for 3.
Michael Clark in good touch, made 40 good runs in the first innings on the back of that splendid 90 at Lord's. These two are having a chat. Jones reckons that Billy Bowden's getting onto him unfairly. I guess Jones just said goodbye to Hayden in a less than polite manner. The two of them have been at each other most of the summer. Now Michael Vaughan's involved. It's best to diffuse to the point of the pavilion. There it is. It's been laid down by the ICC that pointing players to the pavilion is out of order. Jones to Clark. Just coming back to the fall of the wicket, it was a very clever bit of bowling. Jones had been hit down the ground by Hayden the ball before, and he had the courage to get it full again and encourage the drive again and just move it a touch. Just move in the air enough.
Yeah, definitely swung away from Hayden. Everything beforehand in that over come back at Hayden. Just turn the ball around and bowl the other one. And a rich dividend.
For 3, 200 if Australia were to win the game. 7 wickets for England to take in a match that's captivated us from first ball to last, from the moment that Ricky Ponting surprised us by choosing to bowl first upon winning the toss, right through to now. With Billy Bowden involved in talking to Simon Jones and Steve Harmison roaring into Damien Martin.
Just a slight adjustment from Bourne. He's been very proactive in the field all throughout this game. I think he's had a good match. And he's just put a third man in now for Martin. So there's 2 slips and a gully, a third man and a deep backward point. So clear evidence that England are packing that area behind square on the offside, both bowling to Martin's strengths and defending those areas as well with both attackers and defenders.
There's no stopping that. And a further signal that Harmison is not in rhythm. He really is just bounding in and letting go of the thing without really having any of the kind of consistency that has made him so successful. And as for poor old Geraint Jones, not a hope.
He was hoping the umpire might have signalled wides then. Buys.
That is some shot. What?
It's an incredible shot. Just stands there dead still and flays it without any movement really at all. But the head being so still is the key to Damien Martin's batting. If you watch him, he's rock still at the crease.
Just another little chip away at the target. It's down to 191. Possible 21 overs of play this evening, though we won't get those in, I don't think. Not even if Ashley Giles were to come on, and I suspect he may soon instead of Harmison down at the City end of the ground. Oh, lovely stroke. Really good positional play from Michael Clarke. Quickly into position, behind the ball and just punching it down the ground. Michael Clarke on strike. Flurry of runs already. Martin Martin and Clark seem to have got going together. They're great mates. They like batting together. And, it's almost tip and run. Just be worth looking to stop them scoring for an over or two. I'd be very surprised if Vaughan didn't turn to Giles from the city end now. Just seems to be time to change the pace of the game a bit. Oh dear me. Brilliant batting this. The ability to deflect the ball to almost any angle is a special one. The use of the wrists, and Martin's really playing beautifully. 100 up for Australia. Already put on by this pair, and they've been together for 12 balls. That's why keeping the intensity is so important. Chasing a lowish target, you know, as a bowling side, you really can't afford periods where the batsman have easy runs. It's 103 for 3.
We go to the next screen now. This is the commentary, which is one of the third email the team competition. The way to the third cricket experience, that's advised, signed England and Ghana. So is the commentary. The third cricket experience. To the end, that's advised. Back on field. Ashley Giles from the city.
179 more for Australia. 7 wickets for England to take, and Michael Vaughan's hoping that Ashley Giles can pick up 1 or 2 of those PDQ. Pretty damn quick. Silly Point comes in with a slip. There's a short extra cover as well. This is the field that Giles bowled to Clark with in the first innings. Mid on his back just a little, kind of deeper than he might normally be. There's somebody out somewhere down here in the deep mid-wicket area. Can't quite see him in the picture. As well as a deep backward square leg and a short fine leg for a top edge sweep. So quite big expanses on the leg side to pick up a single, but hard to hit a boundary.
Oh, yes.
Fascinating contest, this. Clark very quick on his feet, looking to come down the pitch at every opportunity. Plenty of rough there for Giles to work with. Giles, of course, got Clark in the first innings with a Nahan ball that reversed away from him. Yeah. And that's why he's so good against spin. The fact that he came down the pitch first ball is in Giles's mind. He drops the next one slightly shorter, and Clark, as quick as a flash, is onto it.
And gets away from the ball quickly with his footwork, creating enough space to be able to free himself up and play the stroke. Wonderful, nimble bit of batting. Look, he's ending up, a yard outside leg stump.
Get on the gas. Well done, Ash.
It was a much quicker ball, the one that got Clark in the first innings. Angled across him and caught him out of position. That's why it was such a clever variation from Giles. And the sun was out. It's momentarily gone in. Popeye with some liquid spinach, and off he went with a merry dance. 70 odd today made by Andrew Flintoff that just ripped the place apart. Had everything, power, had a lot of skill, had a lot of thought went into the first part of this innings with an injured Langer and Ricky Ponting with a real jaffa. Are there other cricketers around him who can cause such havoc? Matthew Hoggart coming into the attack. There is a touch of swing out there, which is why Michael Vaughan has called upon him.
It's reverse swing, so we'd expect to see the ball just tailing into the right-hander. So Vaughan will have to set a very different field than has done for Martin so far. It's a bit more cover on the leg side. It's gone very defensive. Just to slip that wide slip. Marcus Trescott is the one catcher in place.
Oh, he's caught it as well. Hoggart strikes immediately. Bell is the man at mid-wicket who clings on. Martin is the man who has to walk back to the pavilion. Oh dear, there's a sting at every turn.
Just looked such a lazy stroke from Damien Martin. He'd looked absolutely no trouble at all in his innings so far, but this seemed lazy, a lazy flick on the leg side. Innocuous ball, and just picking out Ian Bell. He was guilty of a bit of laziness in the first innings with his running as well. And now in the second, he's gone for 28. 107 for 4.
Simon Kadich is the man coming to the crease. Make a left and right-handed pairing for Australia, which is handy in terms of disturbing the bowler's line. Matthew Hoggart has just struck to get rid of Damien Martin, who was playing so nicely. And we're all up on our feet and on the edges of our seats, and heaven knows, all things seem possible. In the commentary box are Michael Slater and Tony Green.
Yes, I think that's right. Almost anything is possible. He wouldn't be happy with that at all. Flip up in the air, and on the other side, well, the celebrations continue. The question is, can young Clark rise to the occasion here? We know that Kadich can bat, and Gilchrist is still to come. And then the tail that has so often helped Australia. Didn't do that in the first innings, but in the past certainly has. So, Slats, where are you now? 107 for 4. Need 175 to win.
It's now back in favour of England, I think. And this is where the pressure of Test cricket comes in. Australia playing for the win, England playing for the win. They know they have to win this one. It can be a lot harder on the batting side. The side that chases, it's 175 more. It's a lot of runs when you're batting in the fourth innings and you're playing away from home. England have got this home crown. They're in song at the moment.
Well, that's well played. Oh, what a shot to get off the mark with. Beautifully timed.
And then there was a hush around the ground. That's one way of stopping the chanting and the singing. And nothing more than a little push, but very positive movement. And fantastic timing from Simon Kadich. I think Kadich is he's the big wicket now, because he's the sort of guy who doesn't take too many risks. He accumulates, and he's very good to work in with for the bigger partnerships. It's a good balance between the way Kadich bats and young Michael Clarke, who's a very correct player, Michael Clarke, but a little bit more aggressive. Clarke is probably the batsman who might give an opportunity to England at some stage.
That's well bowled too. Well, there's no doubt that England have perfected the art of imposing upon the ball whatever it is you have to impose upon it to make it reverse swing. They've been working away at the ball. You can see that they use a lot of saliva. There's a nice shine on one side, the ball swinging towards the shiny side, which is let's have a look now, see what he does. Let's see how he holds this ball. You've got to protect it. I think this one probably just swing back into him again. Oh, he's got that away for 4-2. Down firmly on top of it, and it went screaming away to the boundary. This is a match of singles or fours or sixes.
Certainly exhausting days, because it's all full of excitement, and that one somehow piercing the gap. There was an element of risk there from Simon Kadich. Very hard for the new batsman when the ball is swinging in an orthodox fashion. It tends to be a little harder with this reverse swing, because it's subtle, and quite often you don't see it swinging from the hand. It swings a little later. It's within those last sort of 10 to 12 feet before it gets to you as a batsman. That's when it starts to go, and that was the problem for Simon Kadich in the first innings. Goes now. He's a shuffler. He doesn't make the big strides sometimes down the pitch, and it was a little feather on that occasion. That'll be in the back of his mind for sure at the moment.
Yes, you can rest assured that he'll try and make one go away from him before too long. He's bowled a couple in. Oh, and there was a nick. It didn't carry. Under edge, straight down. 115 for 4.
We look for mixing now. Let's see the ICC regulation. 5:30 is overs remain. Continue to 6 o'clock. And the latest remaining overs will be lost.